I have been off of the social media YouTube scene for a few months now. This year has been crazy, but I'm back. And it has been a crazy day, crazy week, crazy month, crazy summer. We're midway through summer break and I'm about to lose my mind. Case in point, I had a whole other video where I was reviewing this beautiful topper from Uniwigs, and my camera ate it. So yummy, and it's gone. So instead of losing my mind, which I was already on the brink of doing, I am going to turn this into a little bit of self-care. So I am in my trusty Dunder Mifflin shirt that's a little too big these days, and sweatpants, and my hair looks like this. And the kids and I have been at home all day, and I would like to get out of the house. But one, I'm sick of hats, and two, I'm sick of it looking like this, because I mean, you want to tell yourself that, you know, no one notices, but you know, I notice and I care. So, dun, 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 dun. I should have taken it out of the packaging before I started the video, because that dun, 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 dun would have been way cooler if I could have just pulled the topper right up to show you, right? Okay, so here she is. This is the Uniwigs upgrade Courtney topper. This is in the color Natural Black. I don't know how well you can see in this light, but it has a lot of natural variation in the color. Like, I don't know if you can see this. I wish I had a better camera, but like right here, there's like golden red colors and stuff. It's a beautiful piece, and the hair is really, really, really pretty and very soft. This is, like I said, Natural Black, and it's in the 14-inch long. Now, since I've had it in the package, the ends are a little bit funky, so I may have to try to fix those. But what we're gonna do first, we're going to change out of the clothes. You know, my kids are wonderful and I love them, but my daughter asked me a while ago, she was like, so why do you wear pajamas every day? And I'm like, these are my outside the house clothes. Thank you very much. You have 4 kids and we see how well you get dressed. But she is right. I do look like I'm wearing pajamas. I am in my Adam Sandler era, but not today. I'm gonna go put on regular clothes. Then we're gonna slap on a little bit of makeup, get a little bit of color going on, and then we're gonna put this on. And I will show you guys how I style it and how I style my hair underneath. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This does not look like a shirt that Adam Sandler would wear, but the pants are a maybe, but I still feel like I look like a person now. So that's better. I have a little bit of makeup on. I don't do a ton of makeup. It's not really because I am against makeup, it's just I don't know how to do it. And the times when I have worn a lot of makeup, I'm like, girl, I actually have a picture. I'll put a picture up one side or the other, I don't know where, but I'll show you what it looks like when when the cute girl at the makeup counter in the department store thinks she's gonna give me a makeover. It did not turn out good. Okay, so my hair does not need a lot done to it when I put on a topper, for which I am so, so grateful. However, I do want to throw in a few curls just in this top layer for blending purposes, just to make it look a little more natural. I recently got my hair cut about 2 weeks ago, and it was quite a bit longer. It was probably down to here, and so I had her cut it up to here, and it's shorter in the back. On top of having that good old PCOS hair loss, I also had surgery about almost 6 months ago, actually, and as a result of the surgery, I've lost a ton of hair, and it's just, you know, it is what it is. But it's never fun when you go through another phase of hair loss. I am not enjoying my time here, particularly because It started falling out about 3 months ago, and even then, all I was using was just some cover-up powder, like Clairol cover-up powder. I'll show you in a minute. It looks like just an eyeshadow palette with one color. and I would just, you know, put some of that right here in my part, and then any other, you know, pieces where you could see my scalp peeking through. And I was like, why do I love my hair so much right now? I've never loved my hair more. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not as anxious and depressed as I used to be. At any rate, my hair has been falling out even more. I decided to get it cut shorter, and so these underneath pieces, I am not even going to bother because they're so short that trying to curl them with this wand just sounds like a whole lot of finger burns to me. So all I do is I'm just doing basically no sectioning. I'm just doing curls going away from my face. And I could just as easily do this with a flat iron, but the curling iron barrel thingy was already out, so that's why I'm using it. And what else can I tell you? I have lost a lot of weight recently, which I'm very, very, very happy about, which is again another reason why all my hair's falling out. See, do you see? You probably can't see, but anyway, my surgeon was trying to tell me yesterday when I went in for a follow-up that this kind of hair loss from the surgery is due to breakage, that when you have the surgery and then your diet changes, your nutritional levels change, all that stuff, that then your hair gets brittle and it breaks. And I'm like, nah, man, because listen, see, I run my fingers through my hair like that. You can't see it, and that's fine, but I can see it, and I know that I see the root. You won't be able to see it, but can you see it? Can you see right there? It's got like the little tiny little bit of white at the very end. So it's coming out at the root, and it doesn't hurt. So it's not like it's being tugged out. It's not like I am using products or doing hairstyles. My hair feels crunchy and weird because I have a scalp treatment that I use, all in the hopes of getting my hair to grow back, and it makes it kind of crunchy. But anyway, it's just falling out at the root. So the other information that I've been able to find is that when you go through, you know, the trauma of surgery and basically when you experience hair loss due to one of these circumstances, it's that your follicle goes from being in phase 1 or phase 2 of growth all the way into phase 4, like very, very quickly. And then it falls out, and then it's going to lay dormant for 3 months. So if I started losing hair in about April, I would expect that hair to start regrowing about now, because we're in July. And then the hair that's still falling out, that you just saw fall out just now, that I would expect that follicle to start producing hair again in October. So, man, and that's if I don't lose hair for longer than 3 to 6 months, and knowing my luck, I think it's probably very likely that I'm gonna. So we're going to pop this baby on, and I'm going to scoop. This one has, I should show you first. I'll show you first. So this one is a mono top. It is a 7 by 8 inch cap, and it has a left side part, which is great for me because that's naturally where mine is. Okay, let's try that again. And you do have a little bit of wiggle room with the part, but again, like I say, I'm pretty comfortable with where it's at. I don't know, do you play around a lot with your part? When I started losing all the hair and then just covering it with root powder, it looked best in a center part. Gosh dang it, look at this flippity-do it's doing at the end. You know, this is how I think Mrs. Incredible gets her weird flippy-do in the back. Like, how does that happen? I've wondered my whole life, how does she get her hair to do that flip in the back? Well, I know what it is now. It's a wig. And she stores it for a little too long, and when she gets it out, the wig be flipping. So I did have this curled, and I knew better because I should have stored it on the mannequin head that I have in my closet so that it could have stayed. Not like this, but we aren't going to panic. I'm going to go ahead and just put some curls in it. Again, this is a lot easier to do when it is on a mannequin head, but we really, really, really aren't going to worry about that because the top looks fine. And it's really just these bottoms that need just a little bit of help. I am a perfectionist about weird things. There's a lot of things in my life that I'm surprisingly like, good enough. But my hair, and it's got to do it has to do something with the trauma of hair loss that has me kind of obsessive and way too perfectionistic with my hair. So this is me trying to exercise freedom from perfectionism when it comes to my hair. So we're going to just toss in some curls, and while I do, I'm going to tell you a couple funny stories. So this cover-up powder that I use, and I'm sure it's true with any kind of powder or hair fibers or anything that you use, don't wear it when you go swimming if you think there's any possibility that you might get your head wet. So this is what I use. This is the Clairol, and this is in, is it going to say the color on the back? No, it's not. It's the darkest one though, and it just looks like this. It's got a little mirror. Oh good, you can see how dirty my bathroom counter is. Yay! But it's got this mirror, and it's got just a brush and a little palette, and that for me is the easiest way of blending and camouflaging because it is so precise, and I'm able to kind of target the areas right there. So that's what I did the other day when I took my kids to the swimming pool. And at this swimming pool, they have a really awesome slide. I have a 4-year-old, and he is a thrill seeker. So he really wanted to go down the slide. And so between me and my older son, we took him down the slide easily 15 times. And he was just having the time of his life. So on the very last time down the slide, the very last time, out of like probably 7 or 8 times, very last time down the slide, I do not stick the landing, and I go under the water. I come up and spluttering, and I'm one of those people who, not proud to admit it, but I'm an adult who needs to plug my nose when I go under the water. And I didn't get a chance, so I was more focused on trying to get my sinuses cleared out than I was about what was going on with my hair. So we make it to the car, you know, half an hour later, even though I started getting the kids out of the pool right then because it takes a million years to get them out. And we headed to the car, and I finally get in, and I look in the mirror, the rear view mirror, not in a vain way, just to make sure I wasn't going to run over anybody when I backed out. And I see I have brown streaks coming down my forehead. It looked like the mascara tear trails of a beauty pageant contestant. You know what I'm saying? But it was on my forehead. And I'm like, oh, that must have been interesting for someone else at the pool to see. Fun, good times. So that was 2 weeks ago. And then this week, we got the chance to take our family to a local theme park that we haven't been to in 3 years because we've been too busy, you know, having babies and working jobs and doing all the things. But my son, again, my 4-year-old, who's a real thrill seeker, when we go down a hill or go around a corner kind of speedy in the car, he's in the back seat going, woo! And we have thought for months, we got to take this kid to a theme park. He needs to get on a roller coaster. And I will tell you guys, it did not disappoint. He was so into it. He had so much fun. It was just the best time to take him to the theme park. My 1-year-old did not agree. She thought we were nuts. She wondered why we were trying to torture her. Was this the end? Surely this was the end. She will be a few more years before she enjoys going on any rides. And she was on the kiddie rides. But I was able to take my 2 older kids on another roller coaster. It's like the classic roller coaster that this theme park is known for. And I'm sitting in one of the first rows with my kids, and I've got my hands in the air because I'm just living it up. I am living the dream. We are at the theme park, riding a roller coaster. Nothing could be better. And my hat flies off. My hat, which was the only thing protecting me from the scrutinizing gaze of everyone else at this theme park. And not only that, it wasn't that I had my hair all down or that it was in a simple ponytail. I had put it in 2 little buns right here at the base of my neck. So I had parted right here at my widow's peak, all the way back, really just to highlight the baldest part of my head. And I about died. So now I am the proud owner of a gift shop hat, because there's no way of getting that other hat back. It's gone. It's gone forever. So, you know, you want to live carefree and just be the fun mom, but then you gotta maybe remember that, girl, you're still insecure about this. So I am just about done. I am on my last curl right up here. One of the things I absolutely love about this topper, listen, it is starting to become my absolute favorite topper. It's that it comes with layers cut into it already, which I'm always skeptical. I'm like, I'm sorry, but how do you know what style is gonna look good on my head? How do you know? No, they know. They absolutely know. This is perfect. So it's got these face framing layers right through here, so they're a little bit shorter, and my gosh, they end up looking so good. The ends are still a little bit boingy, but you know, I think it's okay. I think I'll survive. We are just going to pull a little bit from underneath to make blending just a touch easier. I am not a blending expert, not at all. And I would say that that is number one, the most challenging part of topper wearing to me is blending it. Now, specifically, you look close here. I have a ton of loss. I'm very sparse here at my hairline. Also, about 3 years ago, I found out about micropigmentation, which is tattooing of the skin for the purpose of filling in color where you want there to be color, and scalp pigmentation. So all this right here, all this dark stuff right here, that's a failed scalp tattoo. Isn't that great? So I have to kind of work around this scalp tattoo on my widow's peak. So like I say, I like that I can be so precise with this. And in my last video, the video that now doesn't exist, I wasn't wearing my glasses, and I am all out of contacts. Listen, it's on my to-do list, and I'm doing my darndest to get my contacts ordered so that I can see again. But I don't love wearing my glasses during these videos because the glare is really glaring, especially in the bathroom light here. So anyway, like I say, I am not the best at blending. And you know, at the end of the day, I don't have to be. I'm kind of over the idea of like, ooh, the blending has to be perfect, because no, it doesn't, because people don't actually notice as much as you think that they do. And really, like, I notice on other people, but that is only because I have dealt with this for so long that it makes me wonder, like, how many other people out there, how many other women out there are wearing hair that isn't theirs? You know, there's tons of people wearing extensions, like tons of extensions, but how many other women are wearing like wigs or toppers or whatever? Maybe there's more. But at any rate, no one's really paying that much attention to my hairline. Everybody else is too worried about their own hair, worried about their own kids, worried about their own bills, their own relationships, their own stresses and worries and everything. No one is actually paying that much attention to my hair. Now, I do feel like I overshot it just a little. So we're going to wet a Q-tip and just get a little bit of the excess off. And one thing I do not love about powders, although, you know, some of the other sprays do it too, like the Root Touch Up, I think it's L'Oreal maybe, it does the Root Touch Up spray in like a little can. That one's way worse. Like the ones that everybody on the internet tries to turn into freckles. Like, we've all been there, but nobody's actually successful at it. Anyway, I feel like all of them tend to make a mess on your forehead. I also have been reconsidering my hair color, specifically because I've been dyeing my hair black for years and years. And I feel like God really meant for me to have black hair because I have such dark eyes and dark eyebrows and eyelashes, and I'm just dark. But I am thinking that I want to go a little lighter, and where my hair is so thin, but especially where my hair is so fine and sensitive, and it's always been this way, like long before I ever got like the thinning started, long before any of that, I've always had very, very, very sensitive hair. And so I don't want to bleach my hair. I don't want to start doing like balayage and, you know, bleach my hair, because it's all going to fall off. Not just fall out, it's going to fall off. So I'm like gradually trying to just do my roots in a lighter color and see if that'll work a little bit better. But also, when you have black and you're trying to blend with black, it's very hard if you make a mistake. I still feel like I've got a ton on my forehead. Do I have a ton on my forehead? You'd tell me, wouldn't you? You'd be honest. You'd be a friend. Do I have anything in my teeth? No. All right. Anyway, I'm going to clean this up a little bit more, but I feel more like a person. I feel more like a human. I feel like I could go take my kids to Costco in the car wash and I wouldn't be, you know, embarrassed or self-conscious. My hair looks much better than what I give myself credit for. But that's it. This again is the Uniwigs Mono Top Human Hair Topper. It's called the Upgrade Courtney in natural black, 14 inches long. You should get it. It really is my favorite one. It is still pretty lightweight because the cap is not huge. It only has the 4 clips instead of having, like my Aura Topper has one in the front and one in the back. So it has fewer clips, and but it still offers a ton of coverage and volume without feeling super heavy. So it's a good one. Okay, love you, bye.